I can say today is we're going to be doing a little bit of time travel because I came up to film yesterday and I've got to be honest, I just wasn't feeling it. And I thought, once I get to the allotment, I'll start to feel a bit brighter and I'll get involved in jobs and things. And after 2 hours, I still wasn't. So what I thought today was, I better just preempt that bit with a happy bit, just to let you know that, you know, things turned out okay in the end. I'm going to carry on from where I left off, but yeah, let's just skip back to how I was feeling yesterday, and then we'll get on with the Dahlias. Do you ever come up sometimes and just wander around and just think, nope, it's just too much to do? I know it's wonderful that we've got enough to do, but I don't even know if I dare show you what's in here. I think last time I promised that I'd show you in the polytunnel because this has been Mike's domain for the last month or so. But I'll show you. And it just, where do I start? There we go. The truth is out. At a time when everybody else's polytunnels are full of beautiful pots and tomatoes and chilies, ours is looking like this. And you know what? It needs a good water. It really needs a good water. I know Mike's been watering every night, but look, things are starting to flag a bit. Yeah, like I say, he has just grown so much in here. But it's not just the tables. It's underneath, look. There's Mike's watering can. We can't miss that one now, can we? Look, we've got this horrible weed everywhere. Is it oxalis? Which we shouldn't let flower. I know that because it'll self-seed everywhere. I know that. And then along here, it's joined by its friends, other weeds that we really, really need to get out. And I'm always saying it won't take long to do, but I just can't be bothered. It's been 46 degrees in here at some point. Look, look. Honestly, this is like confession time. But at the moment it's about 40. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little job at a time. And the first thing I'm going to do today is just get my Dahlias outside. So what I ended up doing really wasn't that constructive at all. I just played with the chickens for a bit, collected their eggs. I mean, that's always a treat. Sat by the pond, watched Mr. Froggy. He seems to be having good fun in there. If a frog can have good fun by just sitting still. And I just knew that before I left, I wanted to have something concrete done. So I set to weeding the dahlia beds and just getting them ready for planting today. And yeah, that's what we're going to get on with now. So we're back, and this is the bed that I got ready. I'm so pleased with it. It's really good soil. We made it good soil last year because of the dahlias, and if you remember, the flowers in here and the corresponding bed over there were just absolutely gorgeous. But it's had manure on, as have all the other areas of the plot. It was covered in cardboard as well before the manure. It's had compost on, so it's actually really, really rich. But what I have found, and you can probably see if you look at the onion bed behind me, the manure that we put on, I know it's weedy season, but we have never had so many weeds. So I've got a feeling it was horse manure, because they don't break down the weeds. Is it because a cow's got 4 stomachs? Cow manure is going to have less weed seeds in than horse manure because it's not broken down as much in horse manure. That's what I think. So yeah, keeping on top of the weeds this year is a bit of a thing, but I'm still really pleased with this bed. I've got my dahlias over here. I can't remember exactly what I've got, but I'm going to see what I'm going to put on this side, what I'm going to put on that side, and I'll show you how I plant them. Before I get started with the dahlias though, remember a couple of weeks ago I took some cuttings from the tubers, and I took 2 from the Totally Tangerine, and you can see one of them's gone completely, but actually if you look at that, that is quite a healthy plant there. That is actively growing. So I'm going to leave it in there for a little bit longer, maybe till it gets yay height, and then pot it up. But also I took 4 from the Blue Bio, and although it looks like slugs have got them, it's actually me. I actually realised I'd left too many leaves on, so I pinched a few leaves off, so they look really a bit sorry for themselves. But oh, look at that though, look at that. Check your pots, ladies and gents, check your pots. Or maybe he has had a nibble, a little so-and-so. But yeah, I think, you know what? That one definitely, that'll come. Looks a bit sad for now, but it's so hot in this blooming greenhouse. But yeah, it's been worth doing, and I look forward to seeing them actually flower. Okay, so what I need to know is I have got much more space on that side. I don't know how much of me you can see here, but that side than I have on this side. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plants. So I think I'm going to go with 3 on this side, 5, 6 on that side. I know it sounds daft. And then the 2 cuttings, if they come, can go on this side as well. So I'm just going to place them first. So I've got my Blue Bio. Oh no, if I put the Blue Bio there and then I get a cut it. Right, okay. I'm going to go for the, that's Totally Tangerine. Great Silence. And all I'm going to do is dig my hand underneath. Look at that. Can you see how they've knitted together there? That's 1 half is Totally Tangerine, the other half is Great Silence, and I'm just going to gently pull them apart. So we're going to have Great Silence here, which is absolutely beautiful. Shall I have Totally Tangerine there? No, I'm going to have, shall I? You know what, I'm going to put Totally Tangerine there. That's a lovely big specimen. And if this is only going to have 3 on this side, we'll have that one. And then I'll have, I think I'll go with Copper Boy. Doing exactly the same again. Making sure I get plenty of roots with it. And pop that there. That looks tiny, doesn't it, compared? But it'll catch up. Okay, let's get them in. All you want to do with the Dahlia is make sure that's actually really wet. All we want to do with the Dahlia is make sure that we actually get the tuber under the soil, but make sure that the growing shoots are, let me come that way a bit, are sticking out. And make sure, of course, it's the right way up. You'd be surprised how many people, including myself, I'm sure at some point, put things in upside down. There we go. So that's it. All I'm doing, there we are. That's beautiful. Look at that healthy plant. I'm going to surround these with the chicken bedding in a minute, which is miscanthus grass, but it seems to be really good against slugs. We're not due any rain as such. There we are, and that's it. So, shoots just above the ground, tuber just below. Another thing that I've done in this last week is last Sunday I visited the Royal Horticultural Society annual show down in Malvern, and I met up with some lovely familiar YouTube faces, some of whom you might recognise, some you might not. But we had such good fun that day, and the best thing, or one of the best things was, I can't say the best thing because that's just rude to the people I met, but one of the great things about hanging around to the end of the show is stalls start to sell off their produce, and I was lucky enough to be able to grab an absolute, well, is it a pile of plants? A whole load of bargains. I was encouraged, I've got to say, and I'm going to out you here, Kerry. Kerry from Dog on the Plot is just as keen on bargain hunting as I am. And just as I thought my trolley was full, she pointed out a stall that had everything reduced to £1 a plant. Well, you can imagine it was like a red rag to a bull, in a good way. So yes, it's amazing how much more I could fit in my trolley when I was determined to get a bargain. So now what I've got to do is just work out where I'm going to put them, but there we go. 3 dahlias, all far too close to each other, but I don't care because I love them in. I know, there'll be loads of you saying, Jane, that's too close to the tree trunk. But I just want this bed full of colour. So I'm giving them a little bit of a water, because I didn't water the whole first of all. Bit of a puddle. It's ever such a warm day today, it's really humid. And then, once I've done these, I'm going to show you what I'm going to use to hopefully keep the slugs away. It's not Mike's copper scourer, but it's something else that we've discovered works really well. And that is this. This is the bedding we use for the chickens. It's miscanthus grass. So it's biodegradable. It's not an affiliate link or anything here. It's by a brand called Ethos, which are very good in lots of ways, but oh look, there's a hole in the side. That's easier. Yeah, it's lavender scented as well, which makes it really, really nice to play with. But again, I think it's because it's got to be quite a thick layer. It's just a deterrent, isn't it? To me, the things that seem to work best are physical deterrents like that. So obviously if it rains, it might just dissolve into the soil, but not for some time. So I'm going to have a little go and just hope that this is going to keep those wretched hungry slugs away from my beloved dahlias. And I mean, I do love my wildlife, but that would be a bit too far. There we are. Done. Okay, talking about bargains, one of the things I've always said about the garden is the fact that you can come up here and time just runs away with you, and I love that, although it is always a bit of a panic when you have a quick look at your phone and realise it's 2 hours later than you thought it was. So, ever the fickle person, going back on what I've said before, I was in the charity shop earlier today, and there was, albeit not the best quality, but new and serviceable, one of these, let's see, how's it described, a double-sided York Station clock and thermometer. So all I had to do was add a battery. It was £3.50. It's brand new. I've actually got one of these in the backyard at home, and I'm aware that it doesn't stick together very well, and water gets in and eventually the paper disc in the middle crumples up. So I will get some duct tape or something unattractive to sort of keep the water out. But let me show you. How nice is that? It's just really, really nice. It's dead simple. I'm really pleased it's got the, I don't know why I'm that bothered, but I am, that it's got the temperature on the other side, and I've got the perfect place for it. I did get, it's got a stand, a hanger thing that goes with it, but to be honest, I've already got this little bit here right outside the chicken shed. So, oh, I'll only be able to see one side at a time there. Oh, that's okay though, isn't it? I think that's just the perfect spot. So, yeah, started off as quite a day yesterday. I'm back in it. Just a couple more hours in the garden. It's incredibly humid. We've just had some really loud claps of thunder. So I'm hoping for a storm, not just because I love storms, but because it'll hopefully clear the air a bit. But I think for now, I'm going to go and have a cold drink somewhere, put my feet up, and do nothing. Hope you're all okay, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.